Hey there guys, welcome back to the League of Legends Amateur Open. We will be doing a new game for you guys. It will be some of the moderators and admin from the tournament versus our reigning champions. And who do I have casting with me?
Oh, it looks like it's me.
Guys.
Okay. Hello, there we go.
What?
All right, looks like we're going to have the second match of the finals underway. Looks like bans have actually come out pretty quick. In order, Rise, Diana, Thresh, Jarvan, Tristana, and Vayne banning out some of the common hyper carries as well as some common initiators in Thresh and Jarvan the fourth, as well as some of those heavy AP hitters, Rise and Diana. Meanwhile, blue team currently hovering over Sejuani.
Alright, so Rise is talking right now. God dang. Alright, Rise is banned, Thresh is banned, Tristana banned, Diana banned, Jarvan banned, and Vayne banned. We have Elise here getting picked up immediately for Fad, top laner for the team here. And we should see the other side getting picked up here shortly.
It looks like Elise getting locked in first right out the gate, waiting for that time to sink down. This could be... Elise is very versatile, so we could see a trade, although Jungle Elise is also pretty popular. Meanwhile, Shen being nearly instantly locked for the purple team, making sure to lock in that global presence with that Stand United. So we might see a global presence focus for the purple team since they have picked Shen. I would not be... I would not be surprised to see Twisted Fate as well, so... look forward to a global presence-based team. They may just be wanting Shen for the sake of Shen in that top lane, but I could see a global presence focused composition out of the purple team for this.
Yeah, it definitely worked out well for them last game. I mean, not last game, but it worked well for Beach Kings last time, so they could definitely do it for them. Oh, but yeah, it looks like Malphite getting hovered over. Might see a Malphite middle or even a Malphite jungle, so we'll see which one of those we see. Oh, and they swap it again last second, locking in that Varus.
Yeah, grabbing an early attack damage carry pick. It's going to be up to the blue team to either counter pick or focus on a comfort pick to see who locks into Varus or who counters Varus best. And Varus, who has no natural escapes, is going to have a hard time against Blitzcrank, who's Secretic. Just locked in.
Yeah, the Renekton Blitz definitely getting picked up here. Not surprised to see that Blitz pick up because early in the tournament it did show a very strong presence. And one moment.
Yeah, with the Blitzcrank picked up alongside Renekton, there's going to be... Renekton actually functions more in the top lane, so chances are we will see Elise in the jungle. Blitzcrank, of course, providing that support role. Renekton actually quite a big lane bully in that top lane, also going to be carrying... Looks like he's going to carry Ignite alongside that, so looking for some very early aggression once he hits level 6, it gets that Dominus, because once he gets that Dominus ultimate, he's going to have a lot of health on hand, meaning he can do tower dives or 2 versus 1s for days.
Yeah, it looks like Leona and Malphite getting hovered here. Wouldn't be surprised if I saw another quick swap here. Let's see if anything happens. Okay, looks like that is what they're going to be rolling with. So yeah, definitely I would assume a Malphite jungle at this point.
Yeah, Malphite jungle seems to be the most logical explanation. There are some wayward Leona jungles and Shen jungles out there, but the more common one is going to be the Malphite jungle. Does have some okay ganks pre-6 with that Seismic Shard, can provide some slows, but where he really shines is once he hits level 6, gets that unstoppable force, and can just charge into a lane, knock 1, 2 to 5 people up, and either start up good lane ganks or start up some powerful team fights. Meanwhile, for the blue team currently hovering over Lux and Ashe, may see some kind of quasi-poke assassination composition combined with Blitzcrank and Renekton.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely have more of a single, not really single target, but they want to focus on getting people out of the fight, one person out of the fight very quickly. That's the way their team composition. While on purple side, they definitely have a lot more of a team-oriented goal of just bursting everyone up all at once with a Varus, Malphite, and Leona combo.
We'll see. I'm really like... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to... Yeah.
Oh, okay. I actually really like the Lux Ash combination because Lux, although she doesn't have much in the way of global presence, she has some of the longest range non-global presence available in the league with that final spark, with that Lucent Singularity. And if the blue team can actually isolate a low health enemy, Ash can nail them with an enchanted crystal arrow, which can actually lead to some great synergy with final spark, making sure that that laser lands.
Yeah, and looks like he still hasn't really decided what he wants to go for. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more of this typical wombo combo style coming out with Malphite, Leon, and Varus. We'll see what he decides to pick up, though.
Yeah, it looks like the lane open, top AD carry, jungle support.
Yeah,
The mid lane looks like Orianna is going to be picked out here to try to help at least mitigate Lux's long range harassment potential. Orianna functions very similarly to Lux in that she has a lot of poke with that ball, command and attack and command protect, allowing for quite a bit of both harassment and safety through shield. So it's going to be a very similar matchup in the mid lane. It's really going to rely on who can time their shields better to absorb that harassment and who can really run the other one dry of mana first to where they can push an advantage.
Yeah, they definitely have a really good team comp setup here on purple side currently. But so there's strong champions on both sides, and Blitzcrank can definitely change the pace of any team fight because if he can catch a Varus opposition, even though they do have Malphite who can come in right after, and even Leona, if they can burst him down before they're able to capitalize it, the only thing they're going to burn if Blitz is by himself is they're going to kill Blitz and Varus is going to be down. So that would definitely be a great trade.
Yeah, and Ponzo Tank once again has his work cut out for him with Blitzcrank because he really does have to time those grabs carefully. If he grabs Leona, that could be a Solar Flare initiation. Same thing with Malphite in that Unstoppable Force, or pulling Shen into a 5-man taunt. He really has to make sure he's grabbing either Varus or Orianna, and as long as they can burst down, as long as the blue team can burst down whoever Blitzcrank grabs before the red or the purple team has time to react, then they're going to be golden. But the problem is, if they grab one of the tankier people, that could lead to a fantastic counter initiation.
Yeah, and notice how Varus picks up Cleanse. Doesn't want to get that Elise or Ash stun going on to him. So that's definitely going to help out some bit. But at the same time, that's going to make him a little weaker in the early stages of the game. Just because he won't have that barrier that he can use to hopefully bait out or even just save his life so he can flash out.
Yeah, he won't have the raw damage absorption that Burial will provide, but the moment Ash hits level 6 and wants to use that enchanted crystal arrow, if he gets hit by that and still has that cleanse up, then a 4-second stun will turn into none and he'll be able to walk away safely.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Who do you think would have the advantage so far going into this, just off team comps alone?
In terms of laning advantage for the early game, I'm definitely going to have to give it to the blue team. They really have the individual dueling potential alongside early lane harass. Ashe with those volleys, Lux with those Lucent Singularities, and then Renekton, who's just one big lane bully. Also alongside Blitzcrank, who has some great zoning potential. The purple team's advantage is really going to come in the team fight stage when they can start wombo comboing those ultimates. Leona with the Solar Flare, Malphite with the Unstoppable Force, Varus, of course, with that Chain of Corruption, and Shen with that great global presence. So I do believe the tides will turn once the purple team hits level 6 and gets their ultimates up, gets that spike of power going. But if the blue team can really capitalize on that early game, they're going to have a good time.
Yeah. Let's see here. Looks like Shin is working teleport also, while Renekton is running it also. So if Shin uses ult or teleport, it will definitely make Renekton have to choose. Does he want to use that teleport to kind of counter gank where he goes in, or would he rather use that to just split push and hope that Shin doesn't get a successful gank off?
Yeah, Shen can also use that teleport to help minimize the amount of pushing Squishy's going to want to do on Renekton once he teleports away to assist an ally. Because Shen can use that Stand United, assist an enemy, get a couple kills, and then immediately teleport back to his lane before Renekton can really push that out. So there are a couple of defensive options that Shen can use with that teleport, but at the same time, if Squishy really wants to, if that lane's already pushed up really far, he can actually follow Shen with his own teleport. So there's going to be a lot of global presence the moment level 6 hits. So it's going to be interesting to try to follow where the champions are going to be going.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a little tired myself, so I'm kind of being loopy. Looks like the loading screen is about to be coming up here in a second. We will be doing the skin intimidation factor between Beach Kings and Nomad here. And okay, I'll go over blue side. Looks like we have Chiselise, but we have Rune Wars Renekton. That's a skin you don't see all too often. We have Queen Ash, so definitely rocking that skin. It's definitely a classic. And we have Lux, typical Lux, and we have the typical Blitzcrank.
And meanwhile, for purple side, standard Leona skin, always rocking that Ray of Sunshine. Malphite being the standard rock they is. Light Crystal Varus, haven't seen that skin in a long time, ever since the very popular Archlight Varus came out. Meanwhile, also TPA Shen, supporting those pro LCS teams, and of course, Sown Chaos Oriana, looking rather creepy there, honestly.
Yeah, definitely the ragdoll of them all. It kind of gives it that Nightmare Before Christmas feel, but still definitely a nice touch for Oriana to just give it a little bit of an artistic twist, taking that metal out and giving it, replacing it with some cloth. But one thing I do want to talk about is, looks like there's no sunglasses currently on Beach Kings. You think that's going to affect them at all since they have Leona on their side?
I don't know. They do have Lux, who is a warrior of the light, so she may be able to negate a little bit, but you're right, no sunglasses there, so that one damage may come into play whenever something happens, but Leona's going to have a fun time. I'm very surprised there is no beach-based Leona skin, because she's just asking for one.
Yeah, definitely when you see a lot of fan art with her, it usually tends to be a beachy scene. But yeah, the game is underway, folks. We'll see where things are going off. Looks like people aren't moving as quiet. Okay, yeah. I was thinking we were going to get paused out second because people weren't moving as fast as they typically are. But no, they're just taking their time to shop and moving into positions here.
It looks like standard item openings for the most part. Lux opening double Fairy Charm. Looking to grab that Chalice of Harmony as soon as possible. Chalice of Harmony, of course, building out of 2 Fairy Charms and a No Magic Mantle. So she wants as much mana regeneration as she can get in this lane because she knows that both herself and Oriana are going to be trading blows quite a bit. Standard openings as well for the 80 carries. Doran's Blades as per usual. Blitzcrank actually opting for no initial starting item, opening purely consumables, as is Leona actually. Been seeing this quite a bit, trying to get as much safety in lane as possible. And actually it looks like the red team currently grouping up in this tri-brush, which may lead to a nice ambush as the blue team currently cycling towards the top red.
Yeah, they're trying to sneak in here. They're doing a really good job, but they're just unaware of what Beach Kings is... I'm sorry. Getting swept up here. What Nomad's currently doing, they wanted to see if they could catch someone out here. Ooh, Ash actually being seen. Blitz trying to come here, trying to support it out. But yeah, nothing too aggressive going on. Gonna throw out that volley, just slow people down, and then gonna retreat out of there.
Now keep in mind that since Volley has been leveled first, that means there are no points in Frost Shot. Volley actually applies the current level of Frost Shot in terms of a slow. And because she has not leveled that Frost Shot, Volley is providing no slow whatsoever. So she's only purely throwing that out, I believe, just for damage as a bit of a deterrence. Meanwhile, though, there is a blue ward at this red buff, so if they want to do a late invade, they may. But it looks like Malphite's going to have a clean start on this red buff for his jungle opening. Meanwhile, blue team Elise currently starting out with the blue buff. Looks like standard openings. However, looks like a bit of a 2v1 lane composition. Similar to the previous game where we saw the 2v1 composition, Ash Blitzcrank at the top lane. Again, we see Blitzcrank in these 2v1 situations. Meanwhile, Renekton, Squishy being sent bot lane versus Varus Leona.
Yeah, they want to do the swaps again. I really feel that Squishy is comfortable in these 1v2 situations because that's twice where he put himself in that situation. So we'll have to see if he can pull it off again because he did fairly well last time, so hopefully he can do it again.
Yeah, Shen as well does fairly well in 2 versus 1 situations. Tiny Tanker is going to be tower hugging for quite some time, but he can farm very effectively with those Vorpal Blades and his Key Strike. He can't really force Ash or Blitzcrank away, but he can at the very least last hit under tower for as long as possible.
Yeah, Varus is doing a good job with this book. Already took out a quarter of his HP, but Ash is definitely not being a laughing matter. Also chunking away Shin of what she can. Uh, Nothing too aggressive here. Malphite is roaming down to this bottom. They might. I don't think it's. I think it's a little too early to do a tower dive, but might try to just push some pressure onto him onto this tower.
Yeah, Malphite may come in for an early dive, depending upon how low they can get Renekton. And that's the interesting thing about this these 2 versus 1 lanes, is that it forces a certain part of the lane to push, most notably the AD carry support. So this can open avenues for the jungle to gank. It doesn't matter how deep a river can be warded. If you are pushed up to an outer turret, you have a long way to run to get back to your own turret. So sometimes that could make all the difference. Ooh, Blitz actually missing a grab on the Tiny Tanker. He gets to live to CS for a little bit longer.
Yeah, here comes Malphite actually. Ooh, they want to get this squishy kill. They only taking the tower damage now. Looks like Rick going for first blood going to Malphite actually. So very nice job there for those three. So yeah, congratulations to Beach Kings.
Yeah, great flash from Leona to get away from the tower. These early tower dives can prove very menacing, especially on a champion's health pool on the early game. Actually, teleport coming out. Who's coming down? Renekton coming back in with the stun, slice and dicing through all three of them. Varus taking tower aggro, but Renekton's just going to eat a couple of skills on the way out and is back down to about 75% health.
Yeah, ooh, nice grab there from Blitz. Shin forced to pop his flash to a Tiny Tinker. Definitely on the best situations here. Close to a 30 HP, but now he's going to chug some health pots now. Wants to stay in this lane and wants to try to keep this tower up as long as possible.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are trying for early towers to try to get as much roaming potential as possible. Ooh, Squishy actually walking straight into Leona, using that slice and dice to get out. Leona perhaps a little dumbfounded, missing the Zenith Blade right there. Just kind of stood there while Squishy walked in and face checked that brush. So the tower hugging is going to continue, but meanwhile, 5 minutes in, blue team picks up their first turret.
Yeah, very nice job there. The first turret going down, they're going to try to push down this turret, I feel like. It is at half HP. But if they can get it down before Ashe and Blitz can come down here, they should have it pretty easy. Oh, but here comes Leon going some dive on Renekton, trying to get him down. Oh, he's brought so low. Oh, he's going to actually take a little more tower damage than I think even he was expecting, though. Lollicof's brought down very low. They're going to have to back away from this one.
Yeah, since they don't have eyes on where Elise is right now, they have to back away from this. There was good attempt to bring Renekton down. It looks like all the members of bottom lane are going to have to retreat. Looks like Malphite was spotted on the way to mid lane, so Lux is going to ward that away, put a Listen Singularity in the brush, double check that, make sure Malphite is not there.
Yeah, nice job there. It looks like these Gunner Recon are going to be doing some shopping of her own. Somehow my stuff keeps getting swapped around. Looks like both Malphite already been back to shop, already has a Spirit Stone and some boots, so he has a little more roaming potential. And he is he's almost 5, so it won't be too much longer until he's 6, and that's when we're going to see a lot of Malphite potential coming into lanes to affect the lanes.
Yeah, despite the first blood going to the red team, they're actually down by about 1k right now. They're maintaining the gold differential at the very least, but they are down slightly. Partially due, I do believe, to both top laners getting somewhat shut down. 24 CS for Shen, only 12 for Renekton, as opposed to the 35 each for each respective AD carry. Looks like Ashe and Blitz are actually cycling over, going to take golems. While this lane is currently pushed up, they are a little bit worried about the jungler presence, I suppose. However, Tribrush and River are warded, and the River ward is actually pinged, so they should be relatively safe to push this up, but perhaps they're worried about lane ganks or something along those lines. Either way, they're going to take those golems to get a little bit of extra gold and experience before entering the lane. Meanwhile, actually mid lane, a little bit of engagement. Shockwave being used on Lux. Ignite has gone down. I do not believe she has enough mana for that prismatic barrier. Ignite does not kill her, binding her on top of Malphite. Stand United goes down just barely enough to save Malphite. The taunt does miss. Elise is able to pick up the kill on Malphite. Flash away. Shen's taunt has been used. He's going to try to tower dive this. No, he's going to back away. And the blue team comes out with a 1-kill advantage.
Yeah, very close fight there. If Shin would have landed his ultimate, or in case if Lux didn't get that bind, that fight could have gone for the other way for them. But some nest ups and some nice timing there to get some extra tower hits definitely turned that fight in Nomad's favor.
Yeah, meanwhile, looks like things are finally settling down. The top laners have traded positions, so now we are back to the standard meta lanes. Bottom lane 80 carries currently duking out right now while the starved top laners are trying to regain their lost glory, CS as much as possible while trying to deny the other as much as possible. Shen currently looks like he's eating the most of Renekton's harassment currently being forced away by a relatively large minion wave. Squishy's actually going to be... He actually has a longsword and a cloth armor right now. Not sure what he's building towards to at the moment.
Yeah, it's possible we could see maybe a Spirit Stone item and, pause coming out.
Yeah, looks like a brief pause. Unsure of why. Looks like we have a little bit of a lag issue, so looks like a bit of a... I can talk, I swear. It looks like we may have a bit of a client reset here. Shouldn't be too long, guys. We'll get this game back on as soon as possible.
Yeah, but look at Leona's build here. She's electing to not get any GP5 items or a Sightstone Rush. Looks like she's going straight for Emblems of Valor, so really wants to make sure this Varus is getting as much sustain as possible. And meanwhile, we see at least going heavily onto Orianna here. Orianna got slightly out of position, but going to back away from it. Oh, but actually she's still going gung-ho. Actually jumped onto that Malphite, but Malphite trying to turn around. She's being brought down extremely low. Varus trying to get some poke, but barely misses. Here comes Leona with that Zenith Blade. Trying to finish him off, and there we go. Varus picks up the kill.
Yeah, great catch by Leona, using that flash to get close enough to land that Zenith Blade and lock Elise up long enough for Lolakas to pick up that final hit. He's definitely the one that the gold needs to go to, considering he is the attack damage carrier. He's going to be dealing the bulk of the damage here, while the rest of his team provides ample amounts of crowd control. And this may be a mid-turret siege, as most of the red team is currently hanging out in that mid lane.
Yeah, they're trying to group up here, it looks like. Might actually roam down here, try to pick up this dragon even. We'll see though, because with Shin being top lane, he can, of course, actually he does not have his ultimate, he does that, but he does have teleport, so he definitely can come down and try to force the plus. So here comes the bait though. Nice Orianna shockwave there. Looks like Blitzcrank trying to get a skip there with his life. Oh, nice Ash Arrow even. They're trying to do what they can to peel this way. Here comes Renekton. Trying to bait if he should go in there or not, and yeah, decides not to.
Yeah, some good kiting by the blue team. Ooh, Panzer Tank playing it ballsy here. If that Zenith Blade would have connected, that would have been one dead robot. Meanwhile, Malphite caught out just a little bit, getting grabbed in. Blitzcrank, God, Panzer Tank acting like a Panzer right now and just tanking everything with so low health. But it does pick them up a kill on Malphite. That going to Squishy, I believe.
Yeah, so nice job there for them. Blitz definitely playing a little bit on the risky side, but actually turned it out in their favor. Did pick up that kill with that grab that he accomplished.
And it looks like the blue team currently cycling towards the dragon. Red team may want to try to contest. Varus going to try to steal with a piercing arrow and gets it.
Yeah, very nice job there. So that's going to make it a... that's going to pretty much close it up, because they were starting to come ahead, but that pretty much makes it within 100 gold of each other, so very, very close.
Yeah, that Dragon Steel completely evened out the gold lead. Well, only a mere 100 gold, 200 gold right now, I believe. Just, it's very marginal right now, guys. So Squishy was forced to burn Summoner Teleport to prevent Shen from pushing down that top outer turret. But it looks like things have stabilized for right now. Keep in mind, in the bottom lane, the Ashe is out of mana. Leona does miss that Zenith Blade, though, so she... is going to have to play a little bit past him until that comes back up. She does have some mana reserves, but keep in mind, Ashe out of mana, whereas Varus Lolakas does have a blue buff, so he can pretty much harass with piercing arrows for as long as he wants to. And meanwhile, actually, Malphite cycling down may want to lane gank.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job. With Varus with this blue buff, even though it did just fall off, is full of mana, so it has a ton of poke potential. And then Malphite's waiting in the bushes. So probably won't be too much longer. So if they do decide to push out, Malphite's definitely going to hop on the opportunity.
Yeah, being very patient right now, waiting for the blue team to cycle up. Unfortunately, if he does cycle into this lower brush, it is warded by the blue team, so they're going to know. However, this tower is low enough. Ashe and Blitzcrank are probably just going to back off, make sure they don't fall to any unnecessary kills or deaths. Unfortunately, that does mean a blue team turret.
Yeah, looks like they're trying to back away here. Yeah, that tower does go down pretty much uncontested. They didn't feel safe to do that. Ooh, but Blitz almost gets that rocket grab, but definitely recalled just before that went off.
Yeah, getting a little bit lucky
going
there.
heavy. Unstoppable Force coming on to Lux. Lux taking a bunch of damage. Not gonna be enough though. Looks like Lux is gonna skip out of here, just barely. Actually, Malphite might go in here and try to go a little aggressive, and he's gonna decide not to.
Yeah, tower is still very healthy for Lux. Do not believe there's been much tower damage on either side for the mid lane. turrets. So both of these champions engaging in quite a bit of a poke war. Squishy coming up to support Lux just a little bit as she's trying to last hit as much as possible. Looks like the game is starting to stabilize a little bit. Looking at items, Lux opening relatively standard with a Chalice of Harmony and a Fiendish Codex to try to get those cooldowns going a little bit. Actually, just now finishing her Athene's Unhoiled Grail. Still seen on tier 1 boots. Meanwhile, for the AD carries, Ashe is actually just sitting on a Vampiric Scepter and a Doran's Blade, whereas Varus, BF Sword already.
Yeah, Blitz does get this grab onto Malphite, but not really able to capitalize on it since he's so tanky. At least try and come up here, see if maybe they could do some type of just continuation of that. But yeah, they definitely escaped out there without too much of a compass, but a free grab and some free damage onto Malphite.
Yeah, there's been a lot of attention down in this bottom lane, and not much has really come of it other than forcing each respective champion back. If there's one advantage that the red team does have is that they have taken the bot lane turrets. They can push this up even farther if they really want to, but that does mean that Ashe can get some much needed free farm if they push this up.
Yeah, it looks like, ooh, nice ball there from Leona. Might try to go onto Lux here. Lux definitely got the nice shockwave from Orion, taking a bunch of damage. She's getting brought down very low. Ignite, not going to be quite enough. Oh, actually, it might be. Oh, it's just one more tick. That would have been the end of her, but she barely lives there. At least coming up to this mid lane now, one try to cover it while three members of Beach King's gonna try to assault it.
Yeah, Final Spark also being used to clear out as much of that minion wave as possible. Really don't want that tower to take any damage at all. Makes sense considering that the red team is currently cycling towards a bit of a team fight stage. Most of them are grouping up around this mid lane right now, probably looking to siege it. But again, that tower has a really good amount of health left. I believe seeing around like 97, 98%. So they're going to have a lot of work to do on that tower before it falls.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a good job here. Fiend's Holy Grail picking up for Oriana, so now both of the mid laners here have their core item, which is the Fiend's Holy Grail. It gives a lot of CDR and provides a lot of just being able to stay in the lane for pretty much as long as they want to without having to worry about mana. Ooh, but some trading going on top lane, but since they're both pretty tanky, not too much damage coming up. Blitz at least are shifting to this top lane, but Shen's going to be backing off out of there.
Yeah, Shen rushing that Sunfire Cape, trying to get some area of effect damage for split clearing those waves down. I do believe he's going to try to be a dedicated slipper sure. Meanwhile, a little bit of engagement in bottom lane. Lux able to retreat to safety. I do believe she was targeted by the Oriana dissonance. She may have been. I just caught the bare end of that on the minimap. But yeah, Shen with that Sunfire Cape is going to push down minion waves left and right once he walks right into the middle of them. Shen not very well known for his wave clear. He really does have to rely on that Sunfire Cape. But Renekton, his only damage item right now is a Brutalizer. And though he will punch through some of that armor granted by the Sunfire Cape, Shen still has quite a bit of health to work through. So these guys are going to be trading blows for a long time before something happens.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to put some more damage onto this mid lane, but here comes Malphite from the flank here. Go hard on Deluxe. Lux taking a bunch of damage there and just gets melted away. And then here comes Elise trying to do what she can, going hard on Varus, but not going to be enough. Oh, but nice rocket grab there from Blitz, but Astro comes and lands onto Varus some more. Varus definitely not having a good situation here, but he is somehow alive still. Wow, looks like some more damage going on to Malphite. Malphite taking a bunch of damage. Elise brought down very low also. Varus trying to do what he can to poke. Oh, Malphite just barely escaping with his life. And this Varus, wow, I am surprised he's still alive. He took two ultimates and a rocket grab. But here comes the Shin finally coming in. Wow.
Yeah, that was a really prolonged fight. In the end, Elise does go down to the combined efforts of Orion. Meanwhile, Teleport coming in. Let's see who goes in for it. Shen actually missing the taunt there, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to try to chase him in. Has picked up... no, he's still staying on tier 1 boots. Unfortunately, that taunt did miss, so nothing done either way. And that's actually one of the problems with Lux is, yes, she does have quite a bit of range on her, but the closer you get to her, the more panicked she's going to become. And that means the closer you get, she's going to blow up like nothing if you can jump on her. And Leona is pretty much the queen of jumping on people with that Xenoblade and that Shielded Daybreak. Now, because of that team fight and how low the blue team is able to get their opposing team, they're going to be able to take this dragon for pretty much free.
Nomad is going to be able to take this dragon uncontested. I don't even think that they even realized it on Beach King's side. Oh, and Elise accidentally said in all chat, the respawn timer said they are aware of what just occurred. But yeah, looks like they are going to be going back into their somewhat laning phase here. It looks like Blitz is trying to hover around this mid lane to see if maybe he can put something off. But yeah, he's gonna recall now.
Yeah, it looks like the fights are going to stabilize for a little bit. Only presence right now for both teams are Elise and Shen in the top lane. Shen's Vorpal Blades actually do have quite a bit of base damage to them, so once he levels them up a couple times, he's going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. But here comes Renekton, stunning Tiny Tanker. Thankfully, he has so much armor and health, he's going to be able to walk away from that with very little damage done to himself.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna try to put some pressure here. We got 3 members of Beast Kings here going to go on this middle tower. The only person who's really close enough to contest it is Blitz and Lux, but Blitz is not definitely the best at postponing a turret. Oh, looks like almost a rocket grab onto Oriana or Leona there, but just barely out of range. Nice job there.
Yeah, Blitz did a really good job of timing his rocket grab right after the last minion fell to the turret. Unfortunately, the rest of the red team had backed away just enough to the point where they were just out of range of that rocket grab. And here comes the counter siege.
Yeah, they're going to try to put some damage on this mid turret. Renekton tanking a little bit, probably not intentional. Oh, but here comes the Ash Arrow landing onto Leona. Probably not their ideal target, but here you go. Get that grab onto Bars now, taking a bunch of damage. Here comes Malphite with Unstoppable Force. At least doing her repel. Here comes the final spark from Lux, doing a bunch of damage. And Leon trying to finish off Renekton. Not going to be enough, though. At least barely escaping with their life. So that was a 1-for-2 trade there in favor of Nomad Gaming.
And meanwhile, Shen is actually chasing out Squishy, forced to burn Dominus to escape. Burning that Dominus just in time, gained just enough health to survive that final Vorpal Blade. Meanwhile, Shen re-engaging. Lux actually falls. Ash is going to be able to pick up the kill on Oriana, gain that very nice shutdown gold. And between these two, it's really going to depend. Elise is very low. But I do believe she can support Socratic just enough with those volatile spiderlings. Right now, it's going to be a trade-off of damage. But right now, the fight seems to have settled down 6-6, and the gold lead is just barely in the favor of the blue team by a very small margin.
Yeah, that fight was very long-winded. A lot happened very quickly, and even then, after everything went down, all the ultimates were popped. Still, not a lot of people were dead, and then somehow Socratic did a nice job with just clearing people out who decided to stay just a little too long and took some extra kills at the end of it.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see that there was a whole bunch of area of effect bursts that went down for both teams, and then once all of that just wound down, the fight really started to turn to small skirmishes. Shen started chasing off low health stragglers. Lux was picking off people with that final spark. So it was really the fight was huge and just all over the place.
Yeah, so looks like Beach Kings. Oh, okay. I thought something more was gonna happen. I thought at least we were gonna jump in on there, but decided not to. Lux doing a nice job with the creep clear now. Keep using that final spark to just make sure no creeps are on that wave ticket. So if they want to try to really push to get that tower, they're going to have to tower dive for it.
Yeah, it's a smart thing for GG Norm to get that early cooldown reduction for that final spark. Wanted to have that up as much as possible to clear those waves as fast as possible. And I believe at rank 3, Final Spark with 40% cooldown reduction will have a 30-second cooldown. Unfortunately, it was nerfed to that from, I believe it was 24 seconds early on in Season 3, so it could clear waves like nobody's business. But with that Athene's 20% cooldown reduction, currently sitting at 39 seconds, I believe it is only rank 2 right now, so 39-second cooldown. She does have the blue buff, so that is 40% cooldown reduction. Even so, she's going to have a lot of wave clear potential going on for her. So the sieges are really only going to happen after each respective team fight. And considering the long-range poke both teams have, these team fights are going to be really interesting.
Meanwhile, Tana Tanger taking that Ash Arrow, actually, at least trying to do what she can to burn some damage. And here comes Renekton. They're going to try to clean this up. Stunning Shen, I don't think there's any way he's going to be getting out of it because he has no support from any allies anywhere. Meanwhile, Blitz and Lux here in mid lane trying to hold this off. The push coming from Blitz and still trying to assault this mid tower, but with this Final Spark of Lux definitely always up, it seems like. Definitely going to be pushing out these minion waves.
Yeah, keep in mind, Malphite going for a Sunfire cape of his own. Giant Spell and Chain Vest actually using Unstoppable Force on Fadashu. He's actually caught out by the various Chain of Corruption, at least trying to repel up, avoid some of the damage as possible. She was able to drop to nearby the Wraith Camp. Meanwhile, Ash completely caught out. Final Spark going out. Only hitting Mankili. Oh, wow. That's hard to read on the move. Renekton slice and dicing straight into the fight. Leona able to catch Squishy. Unfortunately, meshing is actually still pretty well. Blitzcrank actually gained a really nice hook on Orion, but look at that shield from the Stand United. Able to punch through a bunch of it, and Tiny Tanker is here to save the day, forcing away Panzer Tank. That is a double kill for Lux. Squishy forced to burn Dominus in an attempt to retreat. I don't believe he has Slice and Dice up quite yet. 3 seconds, and he's not going to be able to get away. Tiny Tanker going down to Squishy.
Yeah, very nice job there for both teams. They realized what was going on. I feel like Lux and Blitz were trying to bait that tower. She didn't want to use her final strike that time because her teammates were going to get there in time. But then, like, it was just too much going on, and they weren't able to have that opportunity to really capitalize on what they wanted to accomplish.
Yeah, baiting that out under the tower was key because although they did lose that tower, they picked up quite a few kills in the process. Although keep in mind, it is still even at 9-9, only a 400 gold lead for the red team. So even though they baited with that tower, the fact that they still lost that tower and came out even in kills means that the red team ultimately came out ahead.
Yeah, ooh, nice Asher, Ash, a hawk shot, thank you. Going to that bush, seeing where Shin was, they are where he is, even though he did poke up shortly after in that lane. Looks like Shin's going to work around him. Might actually try to get a surprise tech onto Ash, and nope, looks like he's just going to ward their blue and work back to this mid lane.
Yeah, just cycling toward getting some deep wards into that enemy jungle. Might catch Lux on the end here. Actually, Varus picking up the kill on Blitzcrank on a team fight here. This is going to be a free dragon. Looks like Blitzcrank just got caught out trying to ward.
Yeah, meanwhile, Lux and Shin both going at it here. Shin definitely taking a bunch of damage. Final spark coming in from Lux. Varus getting that kill on the dragon. And now Lux might be a little too greedy here. At least does see who's all there and still decides to go into this fight. And Summer Force comes out just taking a bunch of damage. Doesn't have Repel open yet. And yeah, that's a Delise.
Yeah, Fadashi just kind of getting a little bit caught out there. Maybe was waiting for the dragon to go low to attempt a steal, but unfortunately just stuck around a little bit too long. Good wards in place to spot her, and they were just able to collapse onto Elise, pick up a very easy kill from there, and that pulls the red team ahead in kills.
Yeah, but still, even though it is 9-11, it's only a 1K gold lead for Beach King, so it's still anyone's game. It looks like Leona is picking up that Aegis of Legion. Meanwhile, Lux on Nomad is picking up that Rabadon's Death Cap, so definitely a huge damage burst for her coming in.
Yeah, keep in mind, Ashe has picked up her Infinity Edge and does have a Zeal to her name alongside that Vampiric Scepter. So even despite being down a little bit of CS alongside 2 kills, Ashe is actually still relatively even in terms of items to Lolacost. So the fights are going to be relatively even. It's going to come down to who gets the better initiation and positioning for the respective AD carries.
Yeah, Malphite picking up that Spirit of the Ancient Golem now. Going to make sure you can secure what CC he can. Both we have 3 Sunfire Capes on the field now, 1 from Renekton and 1 from Shin and Malphite. So definitely a lot of AoE damage. They want to stay in this fight as long as possible because these fights, even though they have a lot of burst potential, no one's dying immediately after this burst potential comes out. So those Sunfire Capes will definitely have an impact on this game.
Yeah, both teams are playing relatively safe right now. These fights have been very almost tentative, trying to play out the poke war and rely on good, solid initiations that they know will work. Most specifically, out of the red team with that Leona, with that Shen and Malphite combination. They don't go in until they can really land that wombo combo. And right now, Squishy might be looking for a fight. There's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
Yeah, nice flash coming out from Ash with that offensive flash. Trying to do what she can now, trying to do what sand damage she can do. The slow coming in from the Oriana ball looks like Blitz just trying to escape here, but even though he is super tanky, he's just no way he was going to get away from that. Yeah, so even though that was took a while to get Malphite down, they did get the kill. So 1-for-0 trade there, always a good thing to have.
Yeah, Socratic on Ashe. Ashe is one of those champions that works fantastic in attrition battles. Actually, I'll get back to that in a second. Shadow Dash actually leading into a great command shockwave, and the tower is actually going to pick up a kill on Socratic. So great pickup there.
Yeah, that was a great shockwave there from Manahiki there. Definitely did a great job on taking out Socratic. So I got to give him props. That was an awesome shockwave.
Yeah, meanwhile, Lolacost was able to push down that bottom inner turret. It looks like he might be trying to escape out the north side. walking through towers galore just to get away from Squishy, who is forcing him away from that lane. So he needs to be very careful. Looks like he's actually going to go for an execute.
Yeah, even though he probably could have lived if he would have just stopped and recalled, he wasn't. He didn't know exactly where everyone was, so he decided just to be a little more secured, not give anyone some killing gold, and just to take the sword to his neck, you could say.
Yeah, definitely better than giving an unnecessary kill away. Keep in mind now that Ashe has picked up a static Shiv, meaning her pushing potential for mini waves is going to be a lot higher with that electric bounce. Keep in mind that the CS lead for Varus has gone considerably up because he's been split pushing the whole time, 222 CS to 187.
Yeah, Leona picking up this luck of the Iron Solari, and Blitzcrank picking his up also. Definitely, these fights are going to be getting even longer now. Definitely with these shields going on, so definitely going to be needing some more damage items from the ADCs and the mid carries here to be able to really burst someone down.
Yeah, also worth noting, Elise has picked up one of the newest items to the League of Legends, the Spectre's Cowl. And for those who are not currently in the know-how about the Spectre's Cowl, grants 15 health regeneration per 5 seconds for up to 10 seconds after taking damage from an enemy champion, meaning you can sustain through some of that early game poke or some rather vicious harassment. But meanwhile, Leona attempting to engage. Here comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Massive fight starting. Blitzcrank able to get a great grab on Lolacoste. He's going to flash out. Unfortunately, he's been zoned out from this fight, so Craig is in the thick of things. But that Lux Final Spark has hit pretty much everyone. Now Tiny Tanker is in a world of hurl. He goes down to Ashe, and now that means Lolacoste and Matsing are just caught out. That's a double kill. The volley, just the bare end of that, catching Leona. And now Varus is going to try a recall. Unfortunately, he's on top of a ward.
Yeah, that was a great fight there for Nomad Gaming. Oriana was actually slightly out of position, wasn't fully with her team when that fight broke out, so it definitely gave them a huge advantage. She's going to try to put some vision onto this Baron, wants to try to steal it. Ooh, Blitz barely missing his rocket grab here.
Yeah, keep in mind that the jungler has been taken out. So this is going to be entirely on Oriana to try and make the steal without a single smite.
Oh, nice barrier. Oh, but Ashe goes over the wall and pops a volley. So Ashe on a killing spree now. Definitely, Socratic, man, you're doing really good this so far in this game.
Yeah, Socratic doing a very good job cleaning up that kill. I thought the Varus barrier would have been just enough to survive, but Socratic on a secret mission, sneaking into the brush and taking Varus out with a very nice volley. So that is a 2-kill advantage on top of Baron buff for the blue team. So things looking really good right now. They hold a 2K gold lead at present time.
Yeah, but it's 2K goalie at 30-minute mark, so it's nothing huge. But that Baron buff is definitely what they want because then they should have an easier time since these fights aren't getting just blown up. That Baron buff is going to be a huge factor in the next team fight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. Currently, the blue team is actually cycling around Dragon. This has been pink warded by the red team, so they do know that this has happened. However, I don't know if they want to try to contest it, especially because of said Baron buff, even if it is warded.
Yeah, they're going to be taking out this Dragon here uncontested. There's no way that they even have a chance of trying to come up here without getting poked off here. Looks like they are going to group up here. Might see if they can try to catch someone in the jungle.
Yeah, they knew that some of the red team were cycling around in this jungle, picking up buffs and experience alike. However, they have cleared out just in time for that dragon to be taken, and now the blue team just kind of wandering around in this bottom lane. May look to siege this, but keep in mind, Tiny Tanker is currently doing what Shen does best, split pushing that top lane.
Yeah, always good to have a Shen on your team. You can definitely split push, and then if things get haywire, just pop his ultimate and get right back into team fight. Looks like they're going to be able to take this tower very quickly, though. Yeah, they're might even continue to push this. Ooh, teleport going on for Renekton. I thought that was Shin teleporting for a second. But yeah, that is a teleport going in for Renekton. Wants to stop that split pushing, and it's going to force the other members to retreat. And hopefully they don't get caught out, because Shin can definitely join in the fight if they do.
Yeah, that teleport was more of a deterrence than anything. Renekton cannot kill Shen, but at the same time, the Tiny Tanker is so tanky that he's not going to be able to go after Squishy at all. So it was more of a deterrence teleport than anything. But keep in mind, Shen does still have his ultimate up, meaning he has one more global ace in the hole that he can pull out and force Renekton into a bad spot because he was forced to use that teleport. Yeah,
meanwhile, we did see a nice taunt going from Tiny Tank here, but Ponzer tank, realizing what he was going to do, just flashed right over that taunt, and not a lot could have been capitalized, but that taunt did that. They could have probably got a kill out of that.
Yeah, good taunt, but unfortunately just not enough follow-up to really get anything done. These teams are actually coming out to be really, really bulky. These fights are going to be really prolonged because even the AD carries have been taking a long time to be killed, or kill and be killed. So these fights are not really going to be one-sided and over in 5 seconds. These are going to take a while.
Yeah, they have a lot of tankage going on. Of course, they would like to jump onto these ADCs if possible, but they have a good amount of sustain just by how much damage they have with the minor lifesteal. Ooh, looks like here comes the fight. The Assault Force comes out with the... Oh my goodness, that is an awesome shockwave there from Orianna. Doing a bunch of damage, double kill now for Varus. Orianna taking a kill of her own. And then Varus getting a triple kill, actually. Going to be chasing this at least now. Even with Baron buff, they lost. So that is very devastating. Nice Zenith Blade coming in and an ace.
Man, wow, 5 for 0 ace. Not even a single flashing red bar for the red team. They played that perfectly. That was the wombo combo that they wanted for the entire game. They had the Malphite ultimate combined with the Orianna shockwave to toss the blue team around like rag dolls. From there, you had the Leona's solar flare to lock them all in place alongside the Varus chain of corruption. It was exactly that they wanted, and that means they very well may get an inhibitor off of this.
Yeah, probably going to get this inhibitor, and might even go swap shot top lane and get that tower also, since it's going to take them so long to respawn. So let's see what their game plan is, and never mind. Looks like they're just going to back away. Shin is going to get taunted, but I don't think he's going to die here. He's going to be able to escape out from this.
Yeah, just kind of duel of the tanky people right now. Blitz grabbing Shen just for funsies, pulling him back, saying, "Hey, you aren't going anywhere." Oh, okay, you're going somewhere. Sorry. So. Yeah, these teams are just extremely tanky. Even despite the massive area of effect damage, it took a little bit for Varus to actually start working through their health bars and picking up that triple kill. So these are by no means instant deaths. It's going to these fights are still going to take a while, unless of course the red team is able to land that perfect wombo combo once again. But I think the blue team has learned their mistake. A couple of things in chat. Lux actually typing out a couple claps. So. Do believe a slow clap happened there, but very great initiation by the red team to really lock down and neutralize that Baron buff. But even despite all that, the gold differential is still extremely even. Yeah,
Lust Swifter is coming out from Varus, and Void Staff coming out from Orianna, so they want to get some of that armor pin and magic pin out to be able to cut through even more of that damage. But yeah, look, they probably got cocky. Nomad Gaming did, just because they were going so long with the trades that they probably thought, okay, even if they do dive us, we'll be able to survive it. And then the moment that Unstoppable Force came out, that totally just changed the team of the fight. So they're going to be not even a little more, they're going to be a lot more cautious about coming into the next team fight.
Yeah, that was actually the first time they had tried to engage in a 5-man fight. Beforehand, most of their fights had consisted of skirmishes around Dragon, as well as catching people out within the jungle. That was their first true 5 versus 5 fight, and they really got a first-hand lesson in what kind of area of effect damage the red team is able to pump out.
Yeah, it looks like at least trying to do some damage to what you can. Oh, Unstoppable Force going on to Secretic here. Secretic using a nice flash, trying to get away from this Malphite. Which is too much Asho actually being used on him, just trying to escape. Nice barrier coming out, trying to survive what he can actually. Oh, Vital Spark coming out, and then the Shockwave coming out. Oh, just so much madness going on here. This is one of those long fights. Zonia's is being popped here. Varus still kiting around this Renekton, kiting him around forever. Actually picks up the kill on him. Zenith Blade getting thrown out, trying to catch Lux there, but not enough. And then it's 3-on-3 currently. Blitz trying to see if maybe he can catch this Varus style position, since I don't believe he has flash, so might be able to here. Here comes the knock up to C, yep, and that's going to be a dead Varus.
Yeah, so 3 for 2 exchange in the favor of the red team. And as you could probably tell, Malphite had a great ultimate on Ashe, but he was only able to catch Ashe. It wasn't that 5-man knockup they really wanted. Meanwhile, actually, Tiny Tanker going straight on, trying to duel Fladashu. He's able to repel over to the wolf camp and survive.
Yeah, it looks like Lux is going to decide to steal their blue, get some little extra cooldown reduction, and then might even start Dragon. That would be great. Just keep getting those objectives and try to get that gold lead in their favor.
Yeah, Dragon is up. This could be uncontested for the blue team. Tiny Tanker is hanging out in that brush. Keep in mind the red team does have this warded. And Tiny Tanker is actually going to pick it up from where the blue team left off. The Dragon seeing about a quarter health. Great
Oh!
steal. Wow.
Yeah, great steal from GG Norm. Renekton going in here heavily against the two tanks. But trying to do a rocket grab, but just didn't pull off. But meanwhile, some pings going on into the base. They realize that our minions pushing on our next towers. We need to go back and defend this.
Yeah, right now, 3 super minions in the base of the blue team. They need to be careful. They can easily take down towers on their own if they are left alone. Solely with Ashe to defend, you can see that left side Nexus tower already down to about 40% health just from those minions. Meanwhile, the red team currently cycling up may take Baron once again.
Yeah, Ashe does pick up her Blade of the Rune King, so that will help out a lot, but still, if their Wombo combo team here of Beach Kings can get applied along with this Baron buff, that's going to be a huge advantage in their favor.
Yeah, picking up Baron bloody well uncontested. That destroyed inhibitor doing a great job. Ooh, Blitz, Ponzo tank actually getting caught out right now. Failed flash over the wall. Unfortunately goes down to Orianna. Meanwhile, Lux caught out of position. Great use of her stun snares and slows. There we go. To get away from that. Meanwhile, it looks like the pincer has been set, and the red team is going to try to close in 17-20. Still, the blue team maintaining the gold lead, but gold is nothing when you have a buff such as Baron.
Yeah, it looks like Shin's going to decide to tank this turn now. They're going to be able to take this objective, just get a little more gold in their favor. That now makes it a 1k gold lead in favor of Nomad, though. So even though it is 17-20, they do have a slight favor in gold. But this Baron buff is the huge factor. Oh, here comes that Orianna in the Shockwave, but that was all focused on Lux, so we'll have to see if they can get things, keep rolling on that. But taking out the AP carry is definitely an advantage in these team fights.
Yeah, Lux standing just a little bit too close to the wall. Unfortunately, Malphite was able to land that unstoppable force and just catch her completely out of position. Tiny Tanker caught by the repel, or excuse me, the cocoon, but not too much worried. Ooh, Lolacost getting caught. Tons of damage going out. This is all fighting under turret. Great solar flare to lock up Socratic. Exhaust going down to mitigate as much of her damage as possible. Doing some great kiting with those frost shots. Squishy is going to go down to the combined efforts of the red team and the tower, but Socratic is just pounding away at these guys, picking up another kill with the help of Blitzcrank, and that's going to force the red team away.
Yeah, Fast Shooter is still trying to chase Tiny here. Does pick up that kill, and now it's just Maneki here trying to survive. Should be able to escape this currently because they are going to be forced to deal with these minions. Blitz can't even deal with the minions right now. He's going to be forced to recall. I don't know why you're calling. It would probably be quicker just to run to base, but it's okay.
Yeah, Maneki, keep in mind, is still sitting around at this area trying to get that tower and or actually land some good damage onto Socratic, but unfortunately trying to do that under tower. Kind of ballsy, but was not able to pick the kill. Otherwise, unfortunately, goes down.
Yeah, nice kill there. Nice shockwave from Orianna, but sadly, I don't think she was aware where exactly Elise was. So Elise comes up, gets that cocoon to her, and does a lot of damage. So the only person remaining of Beach Kings up is Varus, and so that totally eliminates all of that Baron that they tried to accomplish. So now it's going to be a straight, even 5v5 fight where... Sorry, I'm getting messages galore, it sounds like. But yeah, so it's going to be a straight up team fight, no advantage because of buff, so it's going to be all about who can position better and who can get some good initiations on.
Yeah, and right now, in terms of vision, the blue team is the only... the blue team has the only vision on the map right now. Actually, right as I say that, a ward has been placed in the top rush near the north side red buff, but vision very minimal right now. The only vision that I think will really matter right now is the blue team's vision of their south jungle, as well as the actually just now warding up very well in their jungles and rivers. So if the red team wants to try to sneak in from any part of the jungle, blue team's going to know they're there.
Yeah, looks like they're trying to be passive. Just going to try to push out this lane a little bit. But that does make it a 5k gold lead for Nomad Gaming, which I think is the largest lead we've seen in this game for either side. So if there's an opportunity to start snowballing, now is that opportunity.
Yeah, Nomad finally gained a semblance of a lead, but unfortunately, kills are still completely even. So I do believe it still will come down to those team fight mechanics if they want to see a victory or a defeat. It's really going to come down to those team fight mechanics, and we may see one here.
Yeah, trying to get that rocket jump. I mean, that rocket grab onto Shin there, but just slightly missed. But that's okay. Grabbing the tank. Not the best position, but Prones are getting very out of position here. Went the wrong way around that bush. Definitely going to get caught. Bars picking up that kill. Looks like Final Spark coming out, trying to do what they can. On top of force, landing onto 3 members of Nomad Gaming, but not going to be enough. It looks like at least going down. Also, just shutdown going on there. Ash picking up a kill onto Leona. Malphite trying to do what he can to kite back. Oh, double kill there for Ash. Looks like they're going to try to pick up this Varus also, but he does have GA now, so should be responding shortly, but he's going to be up against a Lux and an Ash who have pretty much full HP. Nice flash, though, from Holocaust, trying to do what he can. Oh, barely juking out that that spell from... Oh, my goodness, the jukes, the plays. But Ash does finally pick it up with that volley. Wow, that was a awesome team fight. Bars, I got to give him props, though, for... Holocaust, you did an awesome job with dodging what you could before you went down.
Yeah, Holocaust, though he did a very good job of juking and avoiding a lot of the skill shots and heat from the opposition, he was still under pressure for that entire fight, and in the end, he had to flash away with extremely low health. Meanwhile, Socratic on Ash was simply able to pound away from range with those frost shots and volleys the entire time, and that is the reason... That is the reason the blue team came out ahead, was because there was no pressure on Ash, who was dishing out the bulk of that damage.
Yeah, Ash pretty much has 6 items now. She has her GA, she has Berserk Greaves, Last Whisper, Static Shiv, and the Infinity Edge, so definitely has a lot of damage. We can see if the game progresses much longer if she's going to sell her boots or not to get some even more damage. Varus also almost has his 6 damage now, almost has his Blade of the Rune King, so we'll definitely see what's going to be coming out from that.
Yeah, common item to buy if you do wind up selling your boots is actually that Zephyr, because it grants not only attack damage but also attack speed, tenacity, and quite a bit of movement speed to help compensate for the fact that you don't have boots. Meanwhile, it looks like she's going for the complement of elixirs, has picked up an Oracle's elixir as well. Did actually just pass by a ward right there, probably not paying attention to that. Looking for the siege that is going on right now.
Yeah, meanwhile, Pomenzer Tank doing a great job picking up that blue buff currently that Orianna was working on, so did a nice grab for that. Looks like Leona taking a lot of damage, actually. Here goes the Malphite ultimate, but there's no one really close enough to really support him in this. Ash just destroying him, even though he is the tank. Looks like a lot of damage coming out here. Double kill for Ash. Go and see if they can follow through from this. Oh, my goodness. Looks like they're going to try to keep chasing this. Renekton does a nice job trying to get into the face of this. Nice grab there from Blitz, pulling back Shin into the fight. It looks like they're going to be able to take out this turret. Maybe in this inhibitor might even be able to get this next towers.
Despite the Barons and despite the constant pressure put on by the red team, Ash is able to help push her team to the victory. It looks like they may try to go for the next turret right now. I may have spoken too soon, as that is quite a bit of damage coming out from the Orianna at Command Dissonance. Fadashu is currently tanking turrets like nobody's business, tanking those turrets for Ash, who is just wrecking Orianna. Lux actually able to line up a perfect laser to catch Orianna right as she comes out of the Zhonya's, and blue team coming out with a very decisive victory despite those early Baron buffs. And congratulations to Nomad Gaming for pulling that off.
A very interesting fight there. We did see that one team fight where Beach Kings definitely had their composition come in full circle for them, but they never got that opportunity to really do that again. They tried to just